Sit. Yeah, lovely. And again.
Now, how quickly did it turn from elation after winning the prelim to focus on the next week?
Yeah, pretty quick. Probably halfway through the last quarter, to be honest. We were chipping it around and trying to make sure we stayed out of trouble a little bit, and everyone got through okay. So, yeah, look straight away. Obviously, we know Palm Beach pretty well, so we're all focused.
And what do you think the best thing is for Labrador to be concentrating on come grand final day? What do you think you need to do to win the game?
Yeah, it's been pretty well documented that our talls versus their smalls, I suppose, or our talls versus their speed, but I think our midfield probably doesn't get enough credit. Obviously, Billy Hicks and Adam Clark in there both made Team of the Year, Goldie, and he finished 4th or something in the Grogan, so we're pretty confident our midfield will get the job done. If you can win it at the source and get the ball going, especially in finals, our bigger bodies hopefully will hold up.
Well, you must be happy that the grand final is being played down here on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, mate, no doubt. I think it's a good reward for top 3 sides, obviously, this year, but we're all Gold Coast teams, and it makes sense. Like, as a player, you want to be, hopefully we get probably twice the crowd than we got last year at Yeronga, and 2 good rival clubs on the Gold Coast. No doubt, Palmy mob will be out in full force, and hopefully we are also. So, yeah, it's a great thing for Gold Coast footy, I think.
And obviously a lot's been made of the Jesse Derrick situation. How have you sort of read it from the Labrador Footy Club?
From a personal point of view, I think it's great that he's playing. Obviously, concern about young blood that's at Broadbeach, and I hope his health gets better, no doubt. But I think, if you look 2 years ago, it probably wouldn't have been a free kick. So I think it's great that he's playing. I've only met him a few times. He seems like a great fella, and you want the best players playing in the best games. And if we're deserved winners of this year's premiership, we want to beat them at full strength. So I think it's a good result for footy in Queensland as a whole.
Now, obviously, Palm Beach, they've got a lot of stars running around. One of them, obviously, tied with your teammate Wade Mills to win the Grogan medal. I'm talking about Jason Burge. Who are some of the sort of stars from Palm Beach that you might be keeping an eye on come grand final day?
Yeah, they got plenty of them, no doubt. I think a fair few in the Team of the Year. He's one, and I think again, in games like this, obviously 2 teams that make the grand final have got both got a fair calibre of player in their side. So if we can limit, he's going to get footy, no doubt, Burgie. He's going to get plenty of it, but it's his influence or his time and space when he's got the ball. If we can limit that and get him kicking under pressure as opposed to having time to deliver the ball to his forwards, it'll go a long way for us.
You'd have to be saying that Palm Beach would be thinking the same thing about Wade Mills. He's pretty important to your lineup. Down back, the way he intercepts and chops off a lot of the forward entries. Is there anything you guys need to do to make sure he's able to play the game his way?
Look, Millsy had probably his first quiet game in 2 years last week. He's obviously clearly one of the better players in the competition and very valuable for us. He had a close check last game, I suppose. So, there'll be a couple of things that we might play around with that. But at the end of the day, he's a calibre of player he is for a reason. So you just got to back him in.
Very well answered. And thank you very much for your time, Retzy, and good luck for the weekend.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Well, Jesse, thanks for having a chat, mate. It's been a roller coaster couple of days. You must be pretty glad that you can now look forward to playing in the grand final.
Yeah, very relieved. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. But yeah, we've got to move on from that now, and I'm very excited to play this Saturday.
Now, looking at the game, who do you think some of the important guys are from the Labrador Footy Club that you'll be making sure have a less than stellar game on the weekend?
I think everyone talks about Labrador's 3 tools, but before that, I think you got to go to the midfielders like Adam Clark, Billy Hicks, and Thornston. They all played really well on the weekend. I think, as we showed a couple of weeks ago in that first final, bringing that pressure to stop those guys supplying the big forwards, that'll go a long way to winning the game for us.
Absolutely, and much was spoken about the sort of manic pressure that you guys managed to put on, lots of tackling pressure. How do you manufacture that type of thing? How can you make sure that you go out with that on Saturday?
I don't know. I think the night before that game was when Richmond did it to Geelong, and I don't know if everyone slept on that and woke up and thought they were Richmond, but I think that is the best way to win finals is pressure. So yeah, if you don't bring pressure, it's going to be very hard to win.
Now, Labrador do have some handy midfielders. You're absolutely right there, Jesse, but they do have some handy fellas at either end. What's your sort of strategy approaching those guys? I'm talking about Retzlaff and Barry Hall down forward, Wade Mills down back.
Yeah, it's always tough. We've got to back our guys in though. Liam McNevin and Jackson Emlyn did a great job a couple of weeks ago. And Benny Headland did a great job and Wade Mills playing up forward. So I guess we'll probably start with that. But yeah, like I said, we've got to back our guys in and not worry too much about the opposition. But at the same time, they're great players, so they need respect.
And speaking before, we were talking about how, you know, it's great for the Gold Coast to be having the grand final down here at Southport, and also great for Palm Beach Currumbin. It's been a while since you've been out of the finals. I think over the past 5 or 6 years, there's barely been a year that you've missed out. So positive things on the whole for the Gold Coast. Yeah,
definitely. We had the 1 year in 2015 where we missed finals, but yeah, ever since then we've had a pretty good record. But the disappointing thing is we've lost a few grand finals. So yeah, the aim is this weekend is to get the win and do it for everyone that helps out at our club, volunteers, the committee, all the supporters that get around us every week. So yeah, really excited.
Now, you've got a few stellar players on your side as well. Who are some guys that you'd be looking for to have a big game on the weekend?
The obvious ones are experienced guys, Burgee, Jake Dignam in the midfield. Burgee's obviously had a big week with the Grogan Sunday night, so he'll be eager to have a big game. And definitely our backman, like we spoke before, Liam McNevin, Jackson Emblem, and also down forward, big Yak Douglas. Really need a big game from him. I think if he plays well, the team plays well.
What about the likes of Josh Woolley? He must be pretty important for you on the weekend.
Yeah, definitely. He's got a lot of X-factor busher. He's a class player, and when he gets off the leash, he's very exciting to watch. So yeah, we'll be hoping for a big game from Bush.
What did you think of his mark of the year?
It was good. I was actually overseas when it happened, so he definitely sent a few videos around pretty quick, so it didn't take long to see it. But yeah, he seems to take one every 2 games, so yeah, not surprised.
Well, congratulations on making it this far, Jesse, and all the best for the grand final.
Thanks, Sean. Cheers.